How's it going, everyone? RoyalFlush here. Welcome to my stream. I play fighting games sometimes, and I normally play DDR. So today there was a new video that came out by Papa Lobster. I'm not sure if you've watched their videos, but he normally puts up videos regarding the great, rich history of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Actually, other games too. But from my knowledge, most of them are fighting game related, and a greater handful of them are Marvel vs. Capcom 3 related. And you know, you can see in the corner there, we all love Marvel vs. Capcom 3 in here. So yeah, this is one that kind of runs deep. Imagine being at the end of that moment, and I feel like I put it so far behind me, but like it's always going to be there. There's nothing that can change it. But let's go ahead and watch the video. We'll go ahead and react to things. But I also we can try and see what could have been done better. And if I were to speak to myself, my past self, and be like, do this thing, maybe we won't have to be a moment in time. But of course, that can't happen. So, but we might as well. It's Marvel. What we do here, you know, you gotta watch your losses, but also be willing to learn from them. And this is one that, you know, the thing that sucks about this one though is that because it was vanilla Marvel 3, technically that was the one and only time, because after that the rest of Marvel 3 changed so much. You know, there was so much stuff like every single year. I feel like every single year there was something new and big. One year it was, you know, the TAC Infinite, and then the other year, you know, the meta really started shifting, and so many playstyles and so many things about Marvel have just grown so largely. But let's go ahead and let's just go watch the video, and then, you know, I'll go ahead and piece things here and there as we go. But let's watch the video itself.
It has a future here at EVO.
In fighting games, it's a common belief that experience is better than talent. You learn your character's strengths, your weaknesses, and how to beat opponents as you play more and more people. But sometimes, age and experience don't matter, and raw talent takes over.
Roger and Noah. Well, how
You know,
long
I
have
was
you been
told
up there?
about
Was
this
that a
video
minute?
from
I don't even know.
This is how an
former
8-year-old
coworker.
took down
Yeah, he told me about
adults
it. It's like,
that have been
hey,
competing longer
saw you
than
in
he's
the
been
video.
alive.
I was like, oh yeah, that. That video.
This is 8-year-old Noah, aka The Prodigy. He's competing at the 2011 EVO Championship Series against people 3 times his age. With his team of Hulk, Sentinel, and Wesker, he's already made quick work of 2 opponents on stage, Kronos and King. But now, he's up against his toughest opponent yet in RoyalFlush.
That was tough.
Who's a top player in the previous title, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. And after the first game, it looks like RoyalFlush's experience is outshining The Prodigy.
Alright, that's gonna be game one.
Game.
Thor Tri-A. Oh, they are clapping for Royal.
Yo, mind you guys, this tournament was best 2 out of 3. Okay, this is old ass Marvel. Okay, and this is before, you know, the whole meta and the whole, you know, the sets, the game. You need to figure each other out in, you know, a total of potentially 5 games. So 2 out of 3 Marvel. So I'm already, you know, pretty sure that's what was the case. Anyways, let's continue.
But that's all about to change. At the 2011 EVO tournament, the original Marvel 3 was only 5 months old. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, essentially the major patch/upgrade to the game, wouldn't release until later that year. A lot of the high-level techniques had not been found out yet, and teams were still being optimized. Typical shells we would see in modern Marvel did not even exist yet. More importantly, in vanilla Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you could not X-Factor in the air. These combined into players leading towards a more grounded...
Yeah, so he mentioned, so there were a lot of major changes to X Factor were made from vanilla to 3, and one of them was being able to X Factor in the air. If you could have X Factored in the air, it optimized a lot of damage, and you could also prevent your opponent from, you know, keeping you on the ground. Basically, because you couldn't X Factor in the air, a lot of my team could not dish out as much damage. So you're going to see a lot of, like, wonky combo. I even drop a lot of hits, but that's a major one. Not being able to air X Factor. Let's go ahead and just continue.
brawly style of play, which leads us to why Noah is so good. His team of Hulk, Sentinel, and Wesker aligns perfectly with this meta. Hulk is known for having super armor on his standing heavy attack, which means you have to hit him twice quickly before you can interrupt him. Combine this with his insane damage, any little mistake is punished heavily. While on paper, it seems simple to defeat, mainly by utilizing good movement, especially in the air. He's extremely intimidating to face off against, and it's caught even the most seasoned player off guard. Noah amplifies this by being fearless in his play. He never stops moving forward and is always throwing an attack out. On top of this, he will use all of his resources, rarely saving X Factor for comebacks and leaning towards eliminating characters as fast as possible. Talking with Noah, he explains he wasn't even nervous for this tournament. Since he was a kid, he was just trying to have as much fun as possible and see where he ended up. We see a perfect example of this in Game 2. Noah comes out swinging and lands a huge hit on both Thor and MODOK.
Oh, did he catch both? He did. X Factors, gets back in there, relaunches, only gets MODOK though. Thor somehow escapes.
In true Noah fashion, he immediately X Factors and kills MODOK, but he's not done yet.
Standing heavy, yes.
All
right. Oh, it catches both! Up exchange did not break the up exchange, and that is going to be it. Just like that, 13 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
2 happy birthdays and 13 seconds later. And the crowd on their feet. The crowd on their feet. They love it.
The winner of the next game.
Mind you, another point here. This is a version of Marvel 3 where Sentinel has higher health than Thor. Thor always had 1.2 mil to 5 mil. So that's even higher than Hulk and Hager. But in this game, Sentinel has 1.3, the highest health in the game. And on top of that, Hyper Sentinel Force was actually much faster. Continuing.
Was on to face Chris G in top 48. And RoyalFlush isn't going to go down without a fight. His team on paper beats Noah's. With great keep away from Viewtiful Joe and MODOK, it can be difficult for Hulk to get in. Thor also has a Mighty Spark, a fast laser beam that travels across the screen. RoyalFlush learned from last game and isn't calling assists as frequently, but Noah is inevitable.
Oh, catches the assist. It's gonna hurt. Playing frightened now. Yes, he needs to try to let MODOK rebuild as much of that life as possible. Oh, drops his combo.
Noah pops his X Factor early to try and recover Hulk's life, and uses his meter to get him out safely.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Gets the grab, and this is a huge risk here also. Noah activating his X Factor, trying to make something happen here.
He keeps the pressure on and catches Joe.
I like the crossover counter there. Get Viewtiful Joe in. No meter.
Oh my god, no punish.
Oh, but gets him anyway. And this should kill Joe. Gonna be real close.
I think he lives.
RoyalFlush uses this small break to get Joe out and immediately X Factors to catch Sentinel in the air.
Killer Illumination and X Factors. Oh no!
Again, Noah holds forward with zero fear in hitting MODOK.
Hold up.
But again, Noah holds forward.
Killer Illumination and X Factors. Oh no!
But again,
he could have done
holds
that?
forward with zero fear in hitting MODOK.
Weird.
Okay, Noah's still in it. Noah's got some Noah factor of his own. Yes. Relaunch. Oh, a little bit too much hit stun deterioration to get that second jumping S.
RoyalFlush uses some intense pressure to open Noah up, but drops his combo.
High. Misses the team super.
That'll watch it.
That was all of RoyalFlush's bar. He only had 2 bars there.
Oh, I walked right
and
into
wow, gets the crouching M and MODOK goes down.
Still anyone's game.
He spent his X Factor early. So did RoyalFlush.
What a great counter throw, and that's going to be the end of Viewtiful Joe.
Doesn't quite have your DC, but not going to need it. Oh no!
Compensated for both of us.
I like the Hyper Sentinel Force.
I do too.
That angle is not going to be good for the
How
cannon.
did I get out? Oh wow.
No.
Oh, he's going to tag him out.
After a hectic scramble, RoyalFlush swaps in Thor. He tries to hit Hulk in the air, but Wesker eats the hits, allowing Hulk a free combo.
Oh, thought he caught 2, but he didn't. Hulk stops that real quick. OTG's Thor and RoyalFlush on the verge of losing this set.
He was now playing incredibly safe with Thor, with any mistake ending his run.
Do it. Gets another air grab, still cannot do anything.
I like this zoning. There are very few characters Thor can zone, but Hulk seems to be one of them.
Wow.
And it all comes down to Wesker.
This is very crucial. 2 meters. Wesker is at about, let's just call it 95% health. 95% health. I have 2 meters. But my characters don't do that much damage. Is there anyone in chat right now? Okay, good. Just me right now.
And 13 seconds.
Nice dash on
Oh my god, did you
RoyalFlush
see
needed that damage.
This could come down to time. RoyalFlush needs to continue this combo.
my
He
god,
dropped
what
it.
was I doing?
Accidentally got a backdash.
The As time runs low, he has to chip Wesker down.
Yes, perfect timing.
Okay,
Only 3 seconds left.
It's
Kills Noah. Can he run away for 1 second? Just.
Oh god, yeah, it's over.
And Noah is gonna take it on time.
2 out of 3, guys. 2 out of 3.
Stands up. There we go.
There's the showboating I want.
Yes.
And he fist bumped him.
Yes. And Noah, with I believe his 3rd victory on the stream.
Absolutely, the 8-year-old prodigy.
With a huge win under his belt, he's about to meet one of the future GOATs of Marvel 3, Chris G. If you want to be strong like Hulk.
Alright, well, after that, it's Noah and Chris G. Let's focus on the main parts here, okay, guys? Let's start with a few basics here. Back then, I was actually using 2 very different assists for MODOK and Viewtiful Joe. Here are the ones I currently have. We'll go ahead and look at it right now. Okay, I'll even have Thor first. So with MODOK right now, and like it kind of became extremely important to have this assist. Silent Blaster. It's his, I believe it's his medium Sonic Blaster. It's the most like balanced of the 3, so it's not as fast as the light one, but the hits are good enough to cover a good portion of the ground. It's actually one of the better beam assists in the game because of the knockaway. And Viewtiful Joe, I have him on Shocking Pink. It's an obscure assist, but it's very useful in combos. But here's what I had back in the day, back in 2011. Okay, we're at character 1. I had MODOK on Barrier, and I had Viewtiful Joe on what is that? Not Groovy Upper, okay. And Barrier. Barrier is good, but only in like in the sense that it's really specialized. So I gave up. I had no neutral, so I had Thor. Hulk cannot crouch this. Hulk cannot crouch Thor's Spark because Hulk is too damn big. So that might seem like it's useful, but because there's a lack of knockaway and he's going to be jumping at you most of the time, it's negated by its effectiveness. And Groovy Upper, it's useful for like some situations, but it's more of a get off me assist than anything. You could use it to get in invincibly via what is it? Variable counter. So when you block, you actually call your assist in. Viewtiful Joe's you can actually do something like that. Very shenanigan-y. There's that. Okay, so there were a few hits that I did. Actually, of the 3 characters at the time, my Thor was probably the best of the 3, even though I was dropping combos like crazy. I was landing too heavy. Okay. Off of this, I really should just do this, you know? You know, and from there you can air grab reset. Because this combo did not exist for Marvel 3's Thor. He did not have this. He did not have this at all. Okay. So actually, most of Thor's combos are gonna be Air Mighty Spark into Ender or Mighty Strike into Ender. So you have to keep it really, you know, really short. Look at MODOK. There was that instance where I landed an air hit. It could have resulted in MODOK still being alive.
On and catches Joe.
I like the crossover counter there, getting Viewtiful Joe in.
He gets out. The no punish on the roll, that one's driving crazy.
Oh, but gets him anyway.
But and somehow he lives now. Joe lives a lot in this
RoyalFlush uses this small break to get Joe out and immediately X-Factors to catch
he was just flying.
Killer Illumination.
Oh, okay, I just X-Factor regular.
But again, Nova holds forward with zero fear and hitting
some
MODOK.
rules were really different back then. Okay, yeah. So, off of that alone, all we had to do was this. See, damage. I mean 550, but still. Yeah, I had enough for another. I had enough to DHC, and then just keep them out and do it all over again. Okay, let's look at the part where I dropped the Viewtiful Joe combos. That one's important. I dropped those several times over.
Oh, was still in it. Nope. Angle is not going to be good for the cannon. Oh no.
Oh, he's going to tag him out.
After a hectic scramble, RoyalFlush swaps in Thor. He tries to hit Hulk in the air, but Wesker eats the hits, allowing Hulk a free combo.
Thought he caught two, but he didn't. Hulk stops that real quick. OTG's Thor and RoyalFlush on the verge of losing the set.
Who's now playing incredibly safe with Thor, with any mistake ending his run.
Do it. Gets another air grab, still cannot do anything.
I like the zoning. There are very few characters Thor can zone, but Hulk seems to be one of them.
And it all comes down to Wesker
and
for
13
Noah.
seconds.
Nice dash on
RoyalFlush needed that damage.
This could come down
that was
to time.
2 drops.
RoyalFlush needs to continue this combo.
That's
He
the part where I
dropped it.
screwed up.
Accidentally
What I
got a
screwed
backdash.
up is I think I wanted to play the
His time runs low. He has.
Okay, another very important part here of the puzzle. So like what his name mentions, a lot of Marvel's meta was really not discovered, and that's actually just basic, like the way Viewtiful Joe was meant to be played. I was playing him very aggressive and in your face. So there's 2 things I needed to do. I needed to land a hit on the combo, and secondly, I needed to keep my ass away. So here are the basic Viewtiful Joe things I could have done. Okay. So on the incoming, let's look at the combo 1. You know what? I know what the combo should have been. It should have been something like this. Something like that, you see? And then just the proper ender. Let's actually focus less on the combo and more on the style. The main thing with Viewtiful Joe is just this. Dash boomerang. This is my style of throwing boomerangs with Viewtiful Joe. But there's another thing that could have been done. Throw one, and then you charge the other, okay? And then you repeat this until you win. You repeat this until you win. Throw a boomerang, charge a boomerang. Throw a boomerang, charge a boomerang. And then the other way, if you want to start getting in their face, start getting closer. Okay? That's how you play Viewtiful Joe. But we didn't know that back then. we did not know that back then. There we go, slow. And then from there he would have been slow, and then we could have just done this. Okay. I get it, Wesker was good back then. But even if you're slow for 10 seconds, and it was also Marvel seconds, so it's like feels way longer. Otherwise, outside of the drop combos and stuff, even though it would have been harder for my team to actually like do stuff, I had meter and I had the hits, but I was not capitalizing. So MODOK is actually able to, so I have them on random tech, okay? He's gonna, regardless of the knockdown, he's gonna tech in a random direction. Sometimes it's gonna be neutral, sometimes it's gonna be back. With MODOK, if I just end any combo into medium, see that? So all you have to do is knock him away, back up, or you backdash, and then you goop and fly and jumping air dash legs. I could even mash heavy if I wanted to. You knock him away, you do that, and then you try not to fly into super. Okay, just keep him in the corner and goop it. Same thing with Sentinel. But though with Sentinel, he has S. Also armored. Okay, so we'll do the same thing to the Sentinel. You back up, you goop, you unblockable them. Just like that. Oh yeah, so back in the day, his Mighty Strike took several more frames to charge up in armor. So this was kind of out of the question back in 2011. You can see now, it's still slow, but compared to then, it's actually useful in combos and actually just a neutral approaching. That's why I tend to use the faster Mighty Strikes as Thor later in the early parts of the game. Mighty Strike. Just like that. See? For almost 7k. Okay. So what's the main takeaway from all this? I think the good thing that he mentioned though is that I was good at Tatsunoko vs Capcom. You can't take this shit away from me, okay? Top 8 EVO placer and Tatsunoko vs Capcom. I mean, there's a reason why I got TBC in my name and my Twitch name. But when you're part of a moment that you had, I mean, for a year I had to live it down. Like everyone was asking, like, "Hey, did you give up that fight for like, you know, for whatever?" I'm just like, "No, I was playing, but my stuff was not refined." Knowingly, my team was weak, and actually the transition from vanilla to ultimate, my whole team got way better. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, the thing is, it's a time where I lost, but at least I get to look back on it, because the thing is, as a competitor, you have to be able to watch your matches where you lose, because spoiler alert, you lose. You lost in that fight, so now what you have to do is take the pieces from it and see how you can become a better player. And you know, now that you can watch your matches over in the replays, whether it's within the game or on YouTube or on EVO Great Moments, there's a lot to analyze, even if it's in the older version of the game. But yeah, you can't take away from the moment. Of course, I have my accomplishments. You know, I've beaten Comofine a couple of times in tournament. I won a stick off of him for that actually once. I placed pretty well in the BB Tag ESLs. I've made it out of several pools and several majors. At EVO, CEO. Back when Combo Breaker was called UFGT, I made it out a couple times there too. There's footage. I've beaten Justin Wong in tournament, even though he was using random select at the time. So Air Tola can go to what's my alert? So Air Tola can go to Australia. We all have our beginnings, and for me, at the time, I was just about like, I played Tatsunoko vs Capcom. I think I should do pretty well in this Marvel game, so I'm gonna represent the way I can, and I did that with my team, but I was very stubborn with my team. So like, there would be people who would try to help me out with it, but I wouldn't really take too much advice very well. But there were some things that I had to change about the team. The order, the assists, the synergy. I'm kind of glad this moment happened, because it was a moment where I was just like, you know, you're part of this. You know, if this didn't happen, I don't know if I would have gotten highlighted in the same way, maybe in other games or in other methods. You know, the one thing that isn't mentioned often about that EVO though is I made it out of my pool in losers. I beat Heart Nana, and from what your mother tells me, they were very mad about it. And they were using a Phoenix team, and I counterpicked them with Super Scroll. That fact is not mentioned, okay? I made it out of my pool in losers. But of course, what you saw on the stage is what kind of mattered more. And then I lost to a player who was using Captain America, Wesker, and Sentinel and losers on the after the qualifying bracket. You see? So that was Vanilla Marvel 3. But you know, people still love Marvel to this day. It's really cool that it had such staying power for as long as it did. I love my team to death. No one will ever take that away from me, because you have to be an idiot to play that team. So anyways, thank you guys for enjoying Marvel all these years. I know there are people who still play to this day, but like, I was playing when that thing was a baby, and it grew up to be the game that it is today. And I'm still here doing my thing. You know, I stream. I'm a DDR streamer, and I play BB Tag ESL once a month. Then we're looking at Tekken 8 as our prospect, and maybe even under Night and Birth, Celis or whatever. And of course, there's still BB Tag. So, anyways, don't let those moments take away your greatness, because even if you lose, you can always rise up. Anyways, get on out of here, enjoy some fighting game that you like, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? See ya.